Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now before I start, please, if you like the content of my channel and you want to get to see me review more and more interesting watches like this lovely Oris Chrono we have in front of us, please feel free to like and subscribe. So, as I say, the Oris 65 Diver Chrono. Wow, this has got a little bit of wrist presence, this one. Now, before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a big thank you, as ever, to the team over at Francis Gaye of Coventry. I've said it many times, so much stock, so many watches. You can go in, try load on. If you can't make it to the shop, check out their website. And as you can see on there, they've just got a load of watches. They'll sort you out a deal and get a watch out to you. So, let's face it, this Oris 65 Diver, it is pretty damn impressive. Now, this being a chronograph version is a lot bigger than the original Gen 1 we have here. This is my own personal watch, this Gen 1, and I love it. It's a real comfortable watch. But obviously, with this chronograph going on here, it's become a larger watch. Where this was 40mm, we've now gone up to 43mm on this watch. And it's quite... It's got a bit of weight on it, this one, because this one comes in at 43mm across the bezel and over 16mm across the thickness of the watch. But predominantly, that's all down to the crystal. Just look at it. It is fantastic. The lug-to-lug width on this is quite large at 52mm, and the bracelet size is 21mm, so a bit of an in-between size, that one, but you know, it's not so awkward to find straps which fit. It's not the end of the world. So let's have a look at this dial and see what we're looking at here. Now, the dial is incredibly glossy. It's amazing. Like sometimes when I'm recording these, obviously you can see reflections off the lights I've got in here, especially now I've got this new one up here, but you can actually see reflections off the dial itself. It really is that glossy. It is pretty impressive. In fact, you know, it really shows off where they've made the you've got the matte finish to the subdials, because this being obviously a twin subdial version, so a bicompax style, it really does, you see the break in the different color changes quite well. The other thing to appreciate with this watch is this kind of bronze thing they have going on both the hands and the hour markers, also down to the print they use on the dial where it says Oris water resistant 100 meters and Swiss made. Still one thing which I always think I am surprised at, the 100 meters. Don't get me wrong, I completely agree with the original first gen, as you know, that was a real vintage style watch where you'd thought they'd perhaps gone with 150 or just gave it a little bit more water resistancy. But to be fair, are you going to wear this swimming? I very much doubt it. So I do think it does look terrific, that dial. And obviously it's a bit hard to see it because you've got a massive amount of distortion on this crystal, but that's a good thing, isn't it, really? If I set the chrono going here, nice solid sound to it. And what we have over this side, this is your normal seconds for your time, and over here this is your minute counter for your chronograph hand. So in theory you can only record 30 minutes of recordable time on there. Now the hour markers and hands are full of lume. I'll drop a shot in there so you get an idea how it looks. And overall, I just really quite like it. I think they've done a really good job. This is where this bronze actually works. It gives it a sort of kind of vintage theme going on again. They really have seemed to nail that at the moment, Oris, with their current watches. I think the 65 really it's a good seller for them, really. You've either got the bigger Aquis models or the smaller ones, and I think they do look really, really good. So as we come out, obviously we have this amazing crystal. It really is outstanding. It does an amazing job of magnifying but also distorting the outer edges here. So much distortion on this. There is plenty of AR coating on there, but obviously you can't help but pick up reflections, being the sheer nature of what it actually is. The bezel itself, as we come out, has got this bronze going on again along there. Let's try the bezel action. actually pretty similar to the original 65. There's a little bit of back play, but it's quite positive. It is a little bit light, but it does feel nice though. The insert they've kept with the vintage theme here, and they've kept with an aluminium insert. Some people might say they should have gone with a ceramic, but if they'd gone with a ceramic, that would have kind of messed up the whole theme of this, kind of vintage feel. So, like it all, it's one of those things. It wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. The other good thing I find with an aluminium bezel is they age, and that does sometimes look really good. Now, the actual watch case, the case itself is actually quite slim. Most of the actual thickness is taken up by the case back and the dome crystal, but the case itself, as you can see, looks very slim. It does have, if I get rid of my smudged fingerprints on there, does have a real nice bit of polishing going on there. We have brushwork above. Now on this side we have the two crowns. Let's actually see a reset, shall we? So we stop. Now get ready to see the minute counter and the second hand. Perfect. Really nice. So the crown itself does have the Oris logo on there. Let's see how much thread is actually on this one. Wow. Well, yeah, there's plenty of thread, to be fair. As you can see, that one really does work quite well. Now, let's screw that back in. Now, on the back there, it is a solid... Oh, some of the sticky stuff off the protective foil there. On the back, we do have a solid case back, which is a shame. The movement, actually, in this watch is what Oris call the... I think it's the 771, which is a 27 joule 48-hour power reserve movement, but it's actually based on the Sleater SW501. Now, to be fair, I put this on the Chrono, the time grapher earlier, and wow, it was basically flatlining. So 0 seconds a day deviation, 0 beat rate deviation, and a very healthy 314 amplitude. Amplitude. I couldn't say the word then, but okay, so it's a really good movement, can't fault that. The bracelet has got a heavy taper on there. Now, these rivets I don't believe are actually real rivets going through there. They are fake, but they do look good. The same thing was also on the first gen diver, so they kept that going. Now, the clasp, unfortunately, I've got some protective film stickiness on there, is very, very slim, but it is a little bit thicker than the first gen, but you do have loads of level and micro adjustment. There is also a twin push button there, and let's hear the sound. Very, very solid. Let's actually try this on my wrist and we'll see how it looks. Now, quick wrist check. I'm wearing my absolutely drop dead gorgeous, I think, Picatinny Royale manual watch, which I think on a Seiko strap, a bit weird and wonderful, but there you go, I think it works. And Bob has got the Bremont Martin Baker 2 on there, which is a lovely watch also. Now, I've got a 7¼ wrist. Let's put this on there. First of all, look how much space, length you get on this bracelet. Absolutely superb. If you've got, kind of big, Neanderthal size wrists, this is going to fit you, no problem at all. Now, there you go. So that's it on my 7¼ wrist, and I think that looks really good. It really is. It's one of those. It's going to be the only tough thing with this watch, I would say, is the price, because everyone always considers Oris to be sort of lower mid-tier kind of level, but this watch is coming in at, I think, around about 3,300, I believe it. On the bracelet, so it is, or could it actually be 3,400? So it is quite a lot of, it's a decent amount of money, but there again, you're getting a really nice watch for that. So that's the only possible stumbling block some people might say, but I think it really is a handsome looking watch, and I like it. What do you guys think? Is it a watch you'd consider buying? Let us know in the comments below. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye.